everybody, it's Joe from Guitar Tech Luthier, and what I'm going to be doing this time is a product review. It's probably what's going to be different about this one is I actually own this guitar and I gig with it. And I can talk about my personal experience, which is pretty good. I'm certainly not going to trash anything that I own because it make me look kind of dumb. But anyway, this is a Fender Telecaster Acoustasonic. They were started making them maybe a year and a half ago. Now they have a Stratocaster version. These things list for about $2,000, so I waited. You can find them online used anywhere from $1,600, $1,400, something like that. So if you're interested, check it out. The thing that I like about this, and the reason why I got it, is that a lot of times I'll be playing gigs where I'm looking for an acoustic sound and I'm looking for an electric sound, and it's just kind of, and a lot of times you don't have any transition time between songs. So I was looking for something that would do just that. And how the Fender Acoustasonic makes that happen is different than a Tele. You know, those of you who know about Teles, there's a 3-position switch. This has a 5-position switch that you would normally see on a Strat. And a couple of knobs. The first knob here is just like a Tele. You've got a volume control. What this does is it pitch blends between the different sounds. So what I'm going to go through here is I'm going to go through some of the tunes. The thing that's kind of interesting about this is they have this waterfall technology in the sound hole. This is an extremely thin guitar, but the thing that's kind of surprising is it actually sounds, you know, halfway decent just as an acoustic. But I guess where the fun stuff happens, there's electronics on the inside, there's modeling, and then there's also a single coil pickup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of quickly go through some of these sounds. You may or may not be able to discern the difference. If you're interested, you know, go someplace and check one out. But the way this is designed is that the first 2 positions are strictly acoustic guitar sounds. The middle position is kind of a blend between acoustic and electric, as is the second position. And then this last position here, position number 1, is actually more of an electric guitar. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to start off with the first part. This is position number 5. I've got the blend turned all the way clockwise, which means it's just got picking up one sound. This one is a Sitka spruce. It's emulating a Sitka spruce top and then a rosewood back and sides and a dreadnought. So this is a pretty traditional guitar sound. Then what ends up happening is if you crank things the other way, then you end up getting an alpine spruce rosewood with an auditorium, so it's more of a larger body guitar. So it kind of picks up a little bit more of the low end. This happens to be one of my favorites. Now, the next pickups this selection number 4. What this does is gives you more of an alternative thing. So this is more of a maple body, kind of a parlor style guitar. And then when you crank it the other way, it's more of a mahogany dreadnought type of a sound. Then when you go to position number 3, this is where it picks up a lot more percussion. And what you got here is this is a Sitka spruce with a Brazilian rosewood, and I don't know if you can tell it, but this has got a lot deeper tone to it. It sounds richer, and I think that's the reason why you can't get Brazilian rosewood anymore, because it's basically an endangered species. The cool thing that happens here is if you crank this back, now what you're doing is you're getting the Brazilian rosewood guitar, but you're blending in the pickup. So it gives it a little bit more projection. It sounds more like an electrified acoustic guitar. Now when we go to the second position here, this gives you more of the acoustic and electric. So here we've got a Sitka spruce mahogany dreadnought. And then when you crank it the other way, now it's using that pickup. Now this is the thing that I think is kind of interesting, is when you go to position number 1, this is like your Fender electric. It's kind of a more of a Tele sound. And then if you crank it all the way around, then you get the a little bit fatter sound. So a couple of other things to talk about just really quickly is that what I ended up doing with this one is because it didn't come with string trees. So what I ended up doing is I just ended up putting a string tree on here to add a little bit more pressure, downward pressure. Another thing is this has battery in it, and maybe you can see here, you can see where the 1/4 inch goes in. Right up here there's like a, I don't know what the hell you call it, but it's like some sort of a mini plug. It's kind of a trapezoidal shaped thing. What I ended up doing is I ended up buying like about a 8-foot cord. It's a USB on one end and it plugs in here to charge the battery. They say it can run for 4 to 5 hours. I've never had any problem with it. As a matter of fact, I haven't had this thing plugged in for a while, and it's still functioning pretty well on the battery. So, but I'd suggest, if you have a gig, charge it up beforehand, but have an extra long cord just in case you need to charge during the gig. And although I haven't done this, and maybe I'll shoot another video if you're interested, but of course this is the access to the control cavity that has the pickup on it, and then this is the access to the control cavity that has the 5-position switch and the tone and the volume knobs. The battery's probably in here too. So if you're interested in that, I'll just take this thing apart. I know something else I'm interested in doing is having a look in here. What I would suggest though is hang on to your picks. I have not dropped a pick in here yet, and if I do, I think it's going to be a real pain to get it out of there, so be careful with that. So thank you very much. I hope you're all doing well in the basement or wherever you happen to be, and I've got another a short product video that I'm going to do of something that I've purchased. It's pretty inexpensive, but it's really helped me out with my playing. So anyway, until next time, take care, you guys. Bye now.